This is Gaston Regional Skywarn Net Control Station WA4INO. We're about to activate a severe weather net. All stations, please stand by. CQ. All stations, this is WA4INO, Gaston Regional Skywarn. We are activating a severe weather net at this time. The National Weather Service in Greenville, Spartanburg has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Union County in North Carolina until 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today. At 1:01 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 6 miles northwest of Monroe near Wesley Chapel, moving to the east at 15 miles per hour. As a result of this storm, our 60-mile-per-hour wind gust and quarter-size hail. The source's radar indicated the impact would be expect minor damage to vehicles from hail, expect wind damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted include Monroe, Indian Trail, Unionville, Wesley Chapel, Wincott, Lake Park, Embry Bridge, Stallings, Weddington, and Marshville. Precautionary actions would be for your protection. Please move into an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Torrential rainfall is occurring within this storm and may lead to minor flooding of urban areas and other locations with poor drainage. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Please do report damaging winds, hail, power lines down, trees down, or flooding to this net. It will be relayed to the National Weather Service. Concludes this bulletin from the National Weather Service. Do we have any priority traffic or severe weather to be reported to the net? Please call WA4INO at this time or just say net control. WX4DAT, WA4INO. Thank you, Danny, for the activation. While we're reading the bulletin, and I'll go ahead and put you on the log, sir.
I have a report. This is WX4DAT, Danny over in Gastonia. Ford, Cross Creek, Covenant Lane, or Covington Lane, that's South Gastonia, Gaston County. I have 1 inch west.
This is WA4INO. Danny, you are breaking up really good. Unable to copy all you're saying. Over. Negative, you're still breaking up. WA4INO.
Stand by.
This is Net Control, Gaston Regional Skywarn Severe Weather Net. Do we have any other stations to report in severe weather to the net? Please do so at this time. WA4INO or Net Control.
WA4INO.
This is Net Control. Go ahead, sir.
Ken, if you would go ahead and check me in, N4ATJ Tony here in Mount Holly. We got thunder and lightning in our area. If Danny could, he could go ahead and post that in chat, what he had to report on.
Yeah, I was hoping that would be. Got you on the log, sir. Appreciate that, Tony. N4ATJ, got you logged in. WX4DAT, if you've activated in chat, can you not relay that information to the National Weather Service? This is WA4INO. Can you hear me any better? Now, we hear you now. Can you go ahead and send that report into the National Weather Service since you activated?
I've already sent the activation part of it, and I'm sending the report for 1.2 inches of rain right now. So I got it taken care of.
Okay, QSL, that sounds great. Yeah, Tony suggested that too, so wanted to see if you could do that. So if you would, that'd be great. Get that report in there. And I'm going to go ahead and put you on the log, Danny. Appreciate you checking in, WX4DAT. On the log. Any other stations to check in the Gaston Regional Skywarn, we'll go ahead and do that now. Let's just call for any stations that'd like to check in with or without severe weather. Please call net control. Net control. Net control, go ahead. Station. Nothing heard. This is WA4INO, net control Gaston Regional Skywarn. Reminding you the net we have activated a severe weather net. The National Weather Service in Greenville-Spartanburg has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Union County of North Carolina until 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time today. At 1:01 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 6 miles northwest of Monroe or near Wesley Chapel, moving to the east at 15 miles per hour. The hazards of this particular storm are 60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. The source was NWS radar indicated. The impact would be to expect hail damage to vehicles, also expect wind damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted to include Monroe, Indian Trail, Unionville, Wesley Chapel, Wingate, Lake Park, Embry Bridge, Stallings, Weddington, and Marshall. Precautionary actions would be for your protection. Please move into an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Torrential rainfall is occurring within the storm and may lead to minor flooding of urban areas and other locations with poor drainage. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Report damaging winds, hail, trees down, power lines down, or flooding into this net, and it will be relayed to the National Weather Service. That concludes the latest bulletin we have from the National Weather Service on severe weather in our warned areas. Do we have any stations with severe weather to report into the net or priority traffic? Please call net control. Nothing heard. We'll proceed on. This is a directed net. Stations, please follow net control direction. Should this repeater fail, we'll move over to the backup repeater, which is 147.120 megahertz with a positive offset and a tone of 100 hertz. And we are continuing to call for stations to continue to check in to the net. When you do check in, please give your call sign phonetically and then speak it, your name, location. If you're monitoring, just say no report. If you have any severe weather to report into the net, please follow net control directions. And you don't have to be experiencing severe weather to check in. Any stations can check in, and you don't have to be a trained spotter. We're looking for reports of specifically tornadoes or funnel clouds, also damaging winds 50 miles per hour plus or more, storm damage, power lines down, trees down, hail of any size initially, and then half-inch or greater, also 15 minutes of measured rainfall of a half-inch or more, and or a total rainfall of 2 inches in 1 hour. And also flooding, where the roads have become impassable or have been closed by authorities. When you do give your report, please give your call sign phonetically and speak it in your name, the type of the severe weather you're experiencing, the time of the event, with any other details you may have, also your street, cross street, city, county, and state. So with that, stations wishing to check into the Gaston Regional Skywarn severe weather net at this time, please call WA4INO or just say net control.
Net control, please check in. Kilo 0 Whiskey Charlie uniform, K0 WCU, Brandon and Gastonia, no report.
I would like to welcome Brandon to the net. I don't think I had you before, Brandon. Thank you for checking in here. K0 WCU. Got you on the log, sir. Good, strong signal. Appreciate you being here. Any other stations to check into Gaston Regional Skywarn, please call now.
Net Control, please check in KT4TAC, Kilo Tango 4, Tango Alpha Charlie 1335 hours, nothing to report at this time.
This is Net Control. I think it's Tim. I didn't get your name and location. I think you're up near Lake Norman, KT4TAC. Welcome back to the net, my friend. And we got you on the log, too, as well. Any other stations would like to check in, please call Net Control now. This is Net Control. Station, go ahead. I think you're breaking up.
Net Control, please check in. Kilo Oscar 4, Whiskey Papa Tango, KO4WPT, Jane Matthews. Nothing to report.
Solid copy, Jay. Thank you for being here, and welcome back to the net. KO4WPT. Got you on the log, sir, as well. Thank you for checking in with us today. I'd like to pause a moment and read an airport weather warning to the net. The Weather Service in Greenville-Spartanburg has issued an airport weather warning for the Charles-Douglas International Airport until 2:30 p.m. The reason for this hazard is cloud-to-ground lightning within 5 miles of the airport. Okay, continuing to check in stations. Any other stations like to check in the Gaston Regional Skywarn Severe Weather Net for this afternoon? Any station, South Carolina, North Carolina, please call Net Control or WA4INO at this time.
WA4INO, KT4TAC. It's Tom and Cornelius. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave out the location. I guess that's kind of important. But you got close with Tim. But we're here for you, KT4TAC.
Thank you, John. Appreciate that being here. Appreciate you being here. That's almost bullseye. Maybe that counts. Up in Cornelius. Good to have you, sir. I got it corrected in the log. Thank you for checking in. Any other stations after KO4WPT? Call now. Net Control. Check in Kilo 4, Juliet, India, Papa, Cliff, and Iron Station. Nothing to report. Net Control, I'd like to welcome back Cliff to the net. K4JIP, thank you for being here up in Iron Station. Cliff, got a good signal, and we got you on the log too as well. Any other stations like to check into Gaston Regional Skywarn Severe Weather Net, please call Net Control at this time. With nothing heard, we'll go back to the bulletin from the National Weather Service. The National Weather Service in Greenville-Spartanburg did issue a severe thunderstorm warning for Union County in North Carolina until 2 p.m. today, Eastern Daylight Time. At 1:01 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 6 miles northwest of Monroe near Wesley Chapel, moving to the east at a speed of 15 miles per hour. The hazards of this storm are 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, quarter-size hail. Source was radar indicated. We should expect minor impact damage to vehicles. Also expect wind damage to trees and power lines. Locations that will be impacted do include Monroe, Indian Trail, Unionville, Wesley Chapel, Wingate, Lake Park, Hickory Bridge, Stallings, Weddington, and Marshall. Precautionary action would be, folks in those areas, for your protection, please move into an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm, may lead to minor flooding of urban areas and other locations with poor drainage. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Please report damaging winds, hail, trees down, power lines down, or flooding into this net, and it will be relayed to the National Weather Service. That's the latest bulletin from the National Weather Service. If we have any stations with severe weather to report into the net, please do so now. This is Net Control. The National Weather Service has issued another bulletin. There are continuing thunderstorm warning that remains in effect until 2 p.m. for Union County. At 1:38 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, this is an update. A severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles southeast of Monroe, 7 miles east of Monroe, near Wingate, moving to the east at 20 miles per hour. Hazards of the storm have been updated now. We have 60 mile per hour wind gusts, penny-sized hail, sources radar indicated. Expect damage to trees and power lines. Locations impacted to include Unionville, Wingate, Monroe, and now Marshall. Again, the National Weather Service has updated the severe thunderstorm warning for Union County. Locations now include that are impacted Unionville, Wingate, Monroe, and Marshall. Look in those areas for your protection. Do move into an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Torrential rainfall is occurring with this storm in those areas and may lead to minor flooding. Do not drive your vehicle through flooded roadways. Do report into this net damaging winds, hail, trees down, power lines down, or flooding, and it will be relayed to the National Weather Service. That is the latest update from the National Weather Service. Do we have stations who'd like to report in severe weather to the net? Please call Net Control or WA4INO. WX4DAT, WA4INO, I acknowledge your question from the National Weather Service. I'm waiting for their response.
Yeah, roger that. They might be going on autopilot today.
QSL, we're standing by. I'd like to thank all stations that have checked in so far. WA4INO, N4ATJ, WX4DAT, K0WCU, KT4TAC, KO4WPT, and K4JIP. Do we have any other stations who would like to check into the Gaston Regional Skywarn Severe Weather Net? All you have to do is say WA4INO or just say Net Control and we'll get you on the log.
Just be advised, I have 2.22 inches of rain at this time now.
That was a complete double. One at a time. Try again. Take control. Control heard neither. One at a time. Try again.
WX4DAT, go ahead with your report, last station.
We have any stations to check into the net. Call WA4INO or Net Control now before we proceed.
WA4INO, WX4DAT.
WX4DAT, WA4INO, go ahead.
Be advised, we're at 2.5 measures rainfall here at my QS or my location.
The storm report you sent in is at your location?
Roger that. I want to upgrade it.
Roger that. N4ATJ, WA4INO. N4ATJ, Net Control calling.
N4ATJ, go ahead, Ken.
Tony, I just want to be clear on reporting in. Can we locate or use our own locations to send in storm reports to the National Weather Service?
I see that, you know, what Danny's posted, but they're not coming back on there. I don't know, system might be down.
Roger that. I read that. The question is, are we allowed to use our own locations in the storm report?
If it meets the criteria, yes.
QSL, just want to be clear on that. Sounds good. we are awaiting something's going on with the message board, so we'll stand by for that. Danny, we'll keep watch on that if you would, please. They'll probably give you an answer sooner or later. Just don't know when it's going to be. But thank you for sending that in and updating.
One other thing, Ken.
Say again. Over.
They're very close into going into that new chat. So that's to take effect the first of the month. So they may be monitoring it as well.
Yeah, roger that. That may be a delay there. We have been informed quite stiffly, if you will, that we are supposed to use the old chat religiously for reporting severe weather back and forth until August 1st.
Yes, Al. Anyway, I've got mine up and going. We stand by and listen. N4ATJ.
Roger that. Appreciate that. I don't have version 2 up. I'm just using version 1 right now. Didn't have time to get it all going at the same time when I first activated. But, we'll monitor and stand by. WX4DAT, you copy?
Roger, I understand the stand on that one, but I also put it on the other one as well. There's no response there as well.
Roger that. Net Control will try to contact NWS a different way. All stations, stand by. This is Net Control, Gaston Regional Skywarn WA4INO. I'd like to advise all Net Controllers that there's no contact with National Weather Service at this time, so we are standing by for that. All stations on the net, please stand by. We'll be back shortly.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Duval County expiring at 2:15 p.m.
This is WA4INO, Gaston Regional Skywarn Severe Weather Net. We are standing by for a reconnect communication with the National Weather Service. We do want to read the latest bulletin from the NWS to the net, and we'll go ahead and go over that bulletin for everyone right now before we ask for severe weather. The National Weather Service in Greenville, Spartanburg did issue an updated severe thunderstorm warning that remains in effect until 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for Union County, North Carolina at 1:38 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. A severe thunderstorm was located 7 miles east of Monroe near Wingate, moving to the east at a speed of 20 miles per hour. The hazards of this particular storm were 60 mile per hour wind gust and penny-sized hail. The source was radar indicated. The impact would be to expect damage to trees and power lines in those areas. Locations that are impacted to include Unionville, Wingate, Monroe, and Marshville. Precautionary actions would be, for your protection, move into an interior room on the lowest floor of a building. Torrential rainfall is occurring within the storm may lead to minor flooding. Do not drive vehicles in flooded roadways. Please report damaging winds, trees or power lines down, hail or flooding into this net, and it will be sent to the National Weather Service. That concludes the latest bulletin that we have from the National Weather Service. Do we have Any stations with severe weather to report into the net, please call WA4INO or Net Control.
WA4INO KT4TAC question, Ken.
KC4TAC, go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Hey, the chat that you guys are using, is that something we can log into also, or is that just upper level stuff?
This is what the net controllers use to communicate with the National Weather Service. We'd love to have you as an NCO.
All right, well, not to sound ridiculous, but what do I need to do to get that started?
Let me quickly read that to you. We do have an update from the National Weather Service. They have actually answered, so they're back online. If you'll stand by for just a moment, let me read that. We'll get right back to you. So stand by. KT4TAC, WA4INO. We'll be back in just a moment. This is the latest update from the National Weather Service. The severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Union County has now been canceled. Once again, the severe thunderstorm warning for Union County has been canceled. The storm, which prompted this warning, has weakened below severe limits and no longer poses an immediate threat to life or property. Therefore, the warning has been canceled by the National Weather Service. However, gusty winds, heavy rain is still possible, with a couple of thunderstorms over the eastern part of the county. Based on this cancellation from the National Weather Service, Gaston Regional Skywarn Severe Weather Net will stand down at this time. WX4DAT, if you'll stand us down through the National Weather Service, we'll go ahead and go into standby mode and continue to monitor National Weather Service this afternoon for any further warnings. And should they come across the board, we will reactivate. But at this time, we are standing down from our severe weather net this afternoon. We'll return the repeater back to normal amateur radio use. I want to thank W4BFB and also KK4ZIZ for keeping the repeater up and running during this severe weather net. And we also want to thank all stations for coming by and being a part of our net this afternoon. Your participation is greatly appreciated. With that, this is Net Control WA4INO saying 7 threes to the net. And we'll look for you next time. WA4INO is clear. And it is secure. KT4TAC, WA4INO.
WA4INO, KT4TAC. Go ahead, Ken.
Yes, Tom, all you have to do to get started is very easy. You write down this website. It is WX4CLT. A good thunderstorm outside my window. .net. Let me read that again. Interrupted by thunder. WX4. That's Whiskey X-ray 4. Charlie Tango. .net. Copy that.
Copy that direct. Yeah, I've been on the website there and I've signed up as a spotter, but as far as I've gotten, but the NCO thing.
A severe thunderstorm warning has been issued for Duval and St. Johns counties expiring at 2:30 p.m. A non-precipitation message has been issued.